Hello, in this video, I will explain to you on how to find out the Thevenin and Norton equivalent for the circuit with respect to terminal AB. So, Thevenin and Norton equivalent. Okay, and the first thing that we need to do is to find out the Thevenin voltage or VTH. Find VTH, and VTH is quite easy. Actually, it is the open circuit voltage at the terminal AB. So here we will need to find out this voltage VTH. Okay, and let's do the circuit analysis here. Let's do the nodal analysis and set this bottommost node here as our reference node. So this is our reference node or our ground. And what does that mean? That means that the voltage here will equal to 0. Okay, but then when this voltage here is 0, we can infer that this node here is 30 volt, right? Because it is 30 volt from the ground. Remember, the voltage source is the difference between positive terminal and negative terminal. Here, the negative terminal is directly connected to the ground, and the voltage there is 0. So to make the difference 30, this has to be 30 volt, right? Because 30 minus 0 is 30. Good. Now we have an unknown nodes here, so we will have this node here. Maybe let's name this node here as node A. Node A, right? This is terminal A, so this will be node A. Okay, that is good. But then the voltage here will be VA. And I think that is good. And now what more information that we can infer from the circuit? We have this dependent on Vx. And what is Vx? Okay, Vx. So we will have Vx here is the difference between its positive terminal, which is VA. Okay, we have VA minus its negative terminal. It's connected to the ground, so I will have VA minus 0. And that will be VA, right? So we'll have Vx is equal to VA. Good. And now let's assume the direction of the current. Maybe this one goes to the right, and this one goes down, and this one also goes down. Okay, we need to do KCL at VA. Let's do exactly that. So we need to do KCL at VA. And what does KCL say? KCL said that the sum of the current that goes in will equal to the sum of the current that goes out. Okay, the only current that goes in is this one here. And that current can be calculated using Ohm's law, right? The voltage divided by the resistance. And the voltage will be 30, where the current comes from, minus VA. VA is where the current goes to. See the arrow here. The current came from 30 and it goes to VA, divided by the resistance between them, which is 12. Good. And now all the other currents are going out, right? This and that. Okay, let's put the equal sign. And this current here, we can also use Ohm's law. Voltage. So I will have VA, where the current comes from, and then minus where the current goes to, the ground. So I will have 0. So I have minus 0 here, divided by the resistance between them. I will have 60 there. And then I will have this current here that goes out. But this is a current source, so we have the value of 2Vx. So we will have plus 2Vx. Right? 2Vx. Good. Now, what can we do from here? I think we can multiply both sides here by 60. 60 is what? 60 is the least common multiplier of the numerator. I mean the denominator here. Because we can cancel out 60, right? From here. 12 and 60 will cancel into 5. So we multiply 5 to the numerator. So we'll have 150 minus 5 VA. And then we will have this one here, 60 and 60 will cancel each other, so we will have VA, right? Because VA minus 0 is just VA. And then I will have plus, this one here will be 120 Vx. 120 Vx. Okay, but remember that Vx is equal to VA. So we can just substitute Vx with VA. Right, so we will have VA here. Good. And now we will have, let's isolate VA to the right hand side. So I'll have 150. And that will equal to 126 VA. But then VA is 150 divided by 126. And that is, I think that is the task of our calculator. 150 divided by 126. That will be 1.190. 1.190. Okay, and the unit here will be in volt. Okay, but we are asked about VTH. We need to find VTH, not VA. But then VTH can be calculated, right? VTH is the difference between terminal A here and terminal B. Terminal A is connected to VA, so I will have VA. And then terminal B is connected to the reference node. So I'll have minus 0. Therefore, VTH is equal to VA. And so we will have VTH here is equal to 1.190. And the unit here will be volt. And this is one of the most important value. So I'll have VTH is equal to 1.190 volt. Good. So we have done the first step here, and the second thing that we need to do is to find out the RTH. Okay, but we need a different circuit for that, so let's clean up our slide here. Okay, next we need to find out RTH, so we need to turn off all the source, right? So we need to turn off all the sources, turn off all the independent, yeah, the independent sources. Okay, and so we need to turn off this 30-volt voltage source, and we replace this by short circuit, right? So this will replace by short circuit because it is a voltage source. We need to replace voltage source by short circuit and current source by open circuit, but this is voltage source, so let's replace it by short circuit. Okay, now we have replaced this by short circuit. However, we have a dependent source here, so this is a problem because if we turn this off, there is no voltage and Vx will equal to 0, and this also 0, so we lose this part of this circuit. Okay, so in order to get this done, we need to put a dummy source here. So I will need to find out a 1-volt voltage source here. So I will have this dummy source, which the value is 1 volt. Okay, 1 volt. And then what can we do from here is we calculate this current here, IO. Let's name that IO. And then we can calculate RTH from that point. So RTH is equal to 1 over IO, right? 1 is 1 volt here from the dummy source, and IO is the current that goes there. Okay, and I need to do nodal analysis again. So we need to put this here, the ground, so the voltage here will be 0. Okay, and then I will need to use this node here. Okay, maybe let's use this node here. And this node here is 1 volt from the ground. So we know exactly the value of the voltage here, 1 volt. And this is terminal A, right? So we'll have VA here. VA is equal to 1 volt. But then we can also infer that Vx here is 1 volt, right? Why? Because Vx is equal to VA minus 0. It's the difference between its positive terminal and negative terminal. The positive one is this, and the negative one is this, right? So we will have Vx is equal to Va. And Va is exactly 1 volt. Good. But then we will have this Vx is equal to 1. So we will have this here. This is equal to 2 multiplied by 1. So I'll have 2 ampere here. Good. Now let's assume the direction of the current here. So we will have this one, and this one here. So we can calculate I/O by using KCL. Okay, let's do KCL at node VA. KCL said that the sum of the current that goes in will equal to the sum of the current that goes out, right? Okay, the only current that goes in is this I/O, right? But we don't know the value of I/O. Let's write that as I/O. Okay, and then what else? This current is going out, right? And the value is 2 ampere. Okay, let's write that as 2. And then we will have another current here that goes out, this one here. And that current is 1 minus 0, right? The current comes from 1 volt and the current goes to the ground. So that will be 0. Then the resistor between them is 60. So I have 60 here. Good. And then this current here, I will also have 1. The current came from 1 volt, and then the current goes to the ground. So I'll have 1 minus 0 divided by 12. Okay, and look at this. The right hand side is just a number, right? So I'll have I/O is equal to 2 plus 1 over 60, and then plus 1 over 12. And I think we can just use calculator to calculate this, right? So we'll have 2 plus 1 over 60, and then plus 1 over 12. And that value is 21 over 10. Okay, so I will have 21 over 10, and the unit here will be in ampere. Okay, but then we need to find out RTH, which is 1 over I/O. Okay, so we will have RTH is equal to 1 over I/O, and so we will have 1 divided by 21 over 10, and therefore RTH here is equal to 10 over 21 ohm. Or I think we need to write it in decimal, right? So we will have 10 divided by 21. 10 divided by 21. That will be 0.476. Okay, 0.476 ohm. Okay, and that is our value of RTH. RTH is equal to 0.476 ohm. Good. And I think we have found VTH and RTH. The third thing that we need to do is to find out IN. Find the Norton current. IN. But then we know VTH and RTH, we can just use a source transformation relationship. So IN is just VTH divided by RTH. Okay, we know VTH, which is 1.190, and the unit is volt divided by 0.476. Okay, and we will get our value of IN. Let's do it using calculator. So we will have 1.190 divided by 0.476. And that will be 2.5 ampere. 2.5 ampere. Okay, so now we have our VTH our RTH and our IN. And we need to do the last step, which is to draw the equivalent circuit. Okay, maybe let's clean up our slide and see the original circuit and its equivalent. Okay, first we draw the Thevenin equivalent. The Thevenin equivalent is the Thevenin voltage source, so we will have this one. And the value of the voltage source is 1.190. And the unit here will be in volt, and this voltage source is in series with a resistor. And that resistor is RTH, which is 0.476. And the unit will be in ohm. And we have two terminals here, terminal A and terminal B. So we'll have this as terminal A and this here as terminal B. Good. And the second thing is we need to find out the Norton equivalent. And we have IN here is 2.5 ampere. So we have a current source with that value. So we will have 2.5 ampere. And then a parallel resistor here with the value of the same as RTH, right? Because Norton and Thevenin resistance are the same. So I'll have 476. Okay, and the unit of the resistor is in the ohm, and this is terminal A, and the bottom one is terminal B. And so we get our goal. The Thevenin equivalent is this one, and the Norton equivalent is this one here. And I think that's all for this problem. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.